Stop scrolling for just a moment because the next two coins could completely change the way you look at every old penny you own. Most people see nothing more than a dirty 1-cent coin and spend it without a second thought, but collectors know a different story. Hidden among millions of ordinary Lincoln wheat pennies are a few extremely rare examples that have become some of the most valuable coins in American history. Imagine finding a penny that was forgotten in a drawer for decades, only to discover that collectors are willing to pay thousands, or in some cases, even more for the right example. It sounds unbelievable, but rare wheat pennies have surprised collectors again and again because of their scarcity, mint marks, historic significance, and exceptional condition. The two coins you're about to see are among the most desirable Lincoln wheat pennies ever produced. They don't look dramatically different from an ordinary penny, which is exactly why so many valuable coins are accidentally spent every single year. They end up in cash registers, coin counting machines, and bank deposits because people never take a second look. One important reminder: never clean an old coin. Even if it looks dirty or worn, cleaning can reduce its appeal to collectors. If you believe you found a rare wheat penny, store it safely and consider having it authenticated by a reputable grading service before deciding what to do with it. If you enjoy discovering hidden treasures, rare US coins, and fascinating coin history, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We reveal valuable coins that many people overlook, and your next discovery could be sitting in your pocket, coin jar, or family collection right now. Now, let's reveal coin number 1 and see why collectors consider it one of the most exciting Lincoln wheat pennies ever made. The 1945 wheat penny, the $20,400 copper fortune hiding in your pocket chain. Imagine holding a single copper penny in your hand, a coin so ordinary looking that most people would spend it without a second thought. But what if that tiny piece of copper could be worth over $20,000? What if it has been sitting in your grandfather's old collection, a forgotten coin jar, or even in the change you received at the grocery store this morning? You're about to discover everything about the 1945 wheat penny with no mint mark, a coin that could be hiding in plain sight waiting for someone like you to recognize its true value. Today, you will never overlook a copper penny again. Let us travel back to 1945. World War II is finally coming to an end. Franklin D. Roosevelt has passed away and Harry S. Truman is now in the White House. Victory in Europe is just months away, and at the Philadelphia Mint, over 1 billion pennies are being struck featuring the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln. That is right, 1,040,515,000 coins to be exact, the highest mintage of any 1945 penny, and one of the largest productions in mint history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, a man chosen personally by President Theodore Roosevelt to create something beautiful for the American people. These coins would go on to pass through millions of hands. Little did anyone know that tucked among these ordinary pieces of copper were treasures that would one day be worth a small fortune. Here's where things get interesting. The 1945 wheat penny is a masterpiece on both sides. On the obverse, you will see the distinguished portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right with liberty inscribed to his left and "In God We Trust" above his head. The date 1945 appears on the right side, and here is the crucial detail. The Philadelphia Mint produced these coins with no mint mark at all, because Philadelphia was the original US minting location and did not use P-mint marks on pennies at that time. This lack of a tiny D for Denver or S for San Francisco is the very thing that gives this specific coin its unique identity. The composition of this coin is 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 G with a diameter of 19 mm and a plain edge. Now flip it over and you will witness something breathtaking. The reverse features two majestic ears of durum wheat flanking the words 1 cent and United ATS of America, with the national motto E Pluribus Unum arching at the top. It was a simpler time when a penny actually bought something and the design reflected America's agricultural strength. The wheat penny series ran from 1909 to 1958, making the 1945 issue part of the beloved wartime era of this iconic series. Every detail of this coin tells a story of American resilience and victory. Most people never notice this, but the real magic of the 1945 penny lies in its condition and its fascinating era varieties. You see, while over 1 billion were struck in Philadelphia, finding one that has survived in pristine condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. The original mint red color, the gleaming luster of the day it was struck, is what collectors are hunting for. A coin with a brilliant red appearance can be worth thousands of times more than one that has turned brown, and this tiny detail could change everything. But wait, it gets even more exciting. Among those billions of pennies, some were struck with errors that make them incredibly desirable. The 1945 penny is known for a double die obverse variety, where the design shows noticeable doubling visible on the date and lettering. An example of this error was listed for $875 on eBay. There's also the L on rim error, where the L in Liberty was struck partially on the rim, creating a visually distinct feature that collectors actively search for. And if you ever come across a 1945 penny that sticks to a magnet, you might have discovered something extraordinary. The 1943 steel penny is famous, but some collectors have claimed to find 1945 steel pennies as well. Though experts warn that 99.9999999% of these are plated coins or forgeries. And if a genuine 1945 steel penny existed, it would be worth over $100,000 or even more. What happened next shocked collectors. These imperfections that were once considered mistakes are now fascinating varieties that collectors actively search for. The value of a regular 1945 penny with no mint mark ranges dramatically based on its condition. In circulated condition, a worn example is only worth between 5 and 30 cents. In uncirculated condition, graded MS 63, a 1945 penny can be worth around $1 to $5. And at MS 65 red, prices reach approximately $5 to $15. However, the truly spectacular examples, graded MS 67 or higher with full red color and exceptional eye appeal, are the ones that make history. The value may leave you speechless. The highest recorded auction sale for a 1945 no mint mark penny was an astonishing $20,400 for a coin graded MS 67 plus red by PCGS in 2022. Think about that for a moment. A single penny, a coin that cost 1 cent to produce, sold for over $20,000 at auction. In uncirculated condition, these coins can range from $10 to over $25. And certified top grade red coins can sell for thousands. Collectors search for this coin because it represents the final year of World War II, a pivotal moment in American history. The 1945 penny is part of the beloved wheat penny series. And the Philadelphia Mint produced over 1 billion of these coins, making them very common in circulation. However, the survival rate in high grades is surprisingly low. Finding one that escaped circulation and maintained its original mint luster for over 80 years is a true numismatic achievement. The pursuit of coins like the 1945 no mint mark penny in MS67 plus red condition is what drives serious specialists and registry set collectors, making the competition for these top grade examples fierce. So before you dismiss any old penny, take a closer look. Grab a magnifying glass. First, check below the date. Remember, Philadelphia coins have no mint mark. Next, examine the color. Is it a brilliant red, a mix of red and brown, or fully brown? The red coins are the most valuable. Look at the condition. Is it worn smooth on Lincoln's cheek and the wheat ears, or does it look like it just left the mint? Are all the details sharp and crisp? Look closely for any doubling on the date and lettering. Test it with a magnet. If it sticks, you might have discovered something extraordinary, but proceed with extreme caution as most are forgeries. These subtle differences are the key to unlocking its true value. Hidden details most people miss, like a double die obverse, an L on rim error, or a perfect red surface, are exactly what can turn a penny into a payday. And I need you to remember this crucial warning. Do not clean your coin. Cleaning a coin can reduce its value by 90% or more. Leave it exactly as it is, handle it by the edges, and protect it in a soft sleeve. That gentle cleaning could be the biggest mistake you will ever make. Also, beware of common mistakes. Not every unusual mark is a mint error, and some damage can be mistaken for varieties. If you find a coin that seems too good to be true, have it professionally authenticated by PCGS or NGC before celebrating. Third-party grading remains the most reliable method for verifying authenticity and assigning the grade that determines value. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible world of coin collecting, please hit the like button and subscribe. The next coin I'm about to reveal could be even more shocking. A coin that could change your life forever. Imagine a penny with an error so rare and distinctive that it sold for over $1 million. But that is a story for another time. Until then, start checking your change, your coin jars, your old collections, and your inherited albums. You might be holding a fortune in the palm of your hand, and that fortune could be hiding in a 1945 wheat penny. Next up, the 1946 wheat penny, worth more than you ever imagined. What if I told you that a single penny, the kind you might find rattling around in the bottom of your purse or pocket, could actually buy you a stunning diamond ring? It sounds like a fantasy, a numismatic fairy tale, doesn't it? But this is the reality of the 1946 wheat penny. Most people see a worn brownish coin and see nothing but the face value. They see a relic from a bygone era, perhaps interesting from a historical perspective, but certainly not a ticket to financial freedom. But what if that ordinary looking piece of metal in your grandfather's old coin jar is a hidden masterpiece? A coin that professional numismatists dream of? What if the spare change you've been ignoring is actually a treasure that could command a price that leaves you breathless? The 1946 wheat penny is a lesson in the art of looking deeper, a reminder that immense value often hides in the most unassuming places. While nearly 1 billion were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, the condition, the strike, and specific, almost invisible errors can elevate this coin from 1 cent to figure in the thousands. Tonight, we are going to unravel the secrets of this coin. We'll examine the artistry of its design, explore the minting process that created it, and uncover the hidden errors that have collectors around the world on the edge of their seats. We're going to show you exactly why you need to check your collection right now. Coin introduction. The 1946 wheat penny was born at the Philadelphia Mint during a pivotal moment in American history. World War II had just ended. The nation was celebrating victory, and millions of soldiers were returning home to start new lives. The Philadelphia Mint, which produced coins without a mint mark, struck an incredible 991,655,000 of these pennies. With such a massive mintage, you might think this coin is completely worthless. In average circulated condition, you would be right. A worn 1946 penny is only worth about 20 cents, just its copper melt value. But that is just the beginning of the story. The real value lies in the condition, the quality, and the hidden details that the untrained eye will miss. It is here in the minutiae that fortunes are made. Design features. The 1946 wheat penny is a masterpiece of classic American coin design created by the talented sculptor Victor David Brenner. The obverse or head side features a stoic and powerful right-facing profile of President Abraham Lincoln. The detail in his hair, the dignified line of his jaw, and the determined expression on his face is a masterful piece of sculptural art. The inscriptions are unmistakably American. In God we trust arcs along the top, while liberty runs along the left and the date 1946 sits prominently on the right. Since this coin was minted in Philadelphia, there is no mint mark. Turn the coin over and you are confronted with the reverse, the source of its wheat penny nickname. Two elegant wheat ears frame the central inscription, 1 cent, and United States of America. The motto E pluribus unum sits proudly at the top. This classic design is not just currency, it is a piece of Americana that connects us to a simpler time. The coin was made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a distinctive bronze color and a weight of 3.11 g. It measures 19 mm in diameter and has a plain edge. Rare errors and varieties. This is where things get incredibly interesting. Most people never notice this, but the 1946 wheat penny is home to some of the most fascinating and valuable varieties in the entire Lincoln Cent series. One of the most famous is the 1946 double die reverse designated as DDR001. On this variety, strong doubling shows on the letters of E pluribus unum, the dots, the left wheat ear and stalk, and the leftmost letters of United States of America and 1 cent. What happened next shocked collectors when they realized they were looking at a coin where the design elements appeared double. This tiny detail could change everything. In addition to the double die reverse, there are also repunched mint mark varieties on the 1946 S issue, where the S mint mark shows evidence of being punched multiple times. The 1946 S has an FS 501 variety and MS 63 red example sold for $139. There are also numerous die cracks like those seen through the UNUM on some examples. The year 1946 is a windfall for variety collectors. How to identify valuable examples? So the million-dollar question is, how do you know if you have struck gold? First, you need to understand the grading system. A coin's value is almost entirely dependent on its state of preservation. For the 1946 penny, the ultimate prize is an uncirculated coin with a red designation. This means it is 95% or more of its original bright orange copper color. Over time, copper naturally tones to a brown or red-brown color, so finding a truly red coin is difficult. Look at your coin with a magnifying glass. Look for the double die effect on E pluribus unum and the wheat ears. Look for any anomalies in the design. This tiny detail could change everything. Auction records and prices. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter, the money. What has this coin actually sold for? Let's look at the undeniable proof. In circulated condition, your 1946 penny is worth about 20 cents. In uncirculated condition, it can be worth a few dollars to several $100s. An MS-63 red is valued at around 40 cents. But wait until you hear about the high grade and error specimens. 1946D penny graded MS-67 red sold at auction for $121.20. But the record gets even more breathtaking. A 1946D penny graded MS-67 red has a CDN wholesale bid of $165. These are not just stories. These are real transactions that have taken place. The value may leave you speechless. Collector demand. Why are collectors so obsessed with this coin? The Lincoln Wheat Penny series is one of the most popular in American numismatics. It spans over 50 years of American history and includes some of the most famous and valuable error coins ever produced. The 1946 penny is the sleeper of the series. It is common enough that it allows many collectors to participate in the hunt, but rare enough that finding a perfect error-free specimen is a true achievement. The die reverse and other varieties are fascinating anomalies that add a layer of mystery and excitement to the hobby. The thrill of the hunt and the joy of discovery keep the market vibrant. Hidden details most people miss. The hidden secret of this coin is its surprisingly high value in pristine condition. Most people assume that any old penny is worth a fortune. They see a coin from the 1940s and think it must be rare, but the truth is that the 1946 penny is common and its value comes not from its age, but from its condition and its errors. Most people never look closely enough to see the difference between a worn brown coin and a perfect red coin. They don't look for the double die effect. They don't look for the S/D mint mark on the San Francisco issue. This is where you can find your edge. This is the detail that could change everything. Make sure to weigh your coin. It should be exactly 3.11 G. Check the edge. It should be plain and smooth. If it seems too good to be true, it often is. He warned that many people mistake damage for errors, and 99% of what is found in circulation is post-mint damage. Mint value. Let's be crystal clear about the baseline. In average circulated condition, your 1946 penny is worth about 20 cents. In uncirculated condition, it can be worth a few dollars to several $100s. The metal value is about 4 cents. The value here is purely numismatic. A premium paid by collectors for rarity and condition. If you find one, always check for the red color, the double die effect, and the high grade condition. And remember, if you have a coin that looks perfect, it may be worth sending to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC Known Value Reveal. So let's reveal the ultimate figure. What is the absolute ceiling for the 1946 wheat penny? We have seen a 1946 DMS 67 red example valued at $165. But what about the rarest of the rare? A perfectly preserved MS-67 red coin with a dramatic double die error could shatter that record. Is it possible to find one of these in your pocket change? Absolutely. But likely, maybe not. But the possibility is real. And for a coin that you can find in your pocket, the potential upside is astronomical. Finding a 1946 penny in high-grade red condition with a rare error could be a payday exceeding $1,000. The dream is alive. Viewer call to action. This is your moment. Don't just let this information sit in your brain. Take action right now. Go find that old change jar, that dusty coin collection from your childhood, or that shoebox full of inherited coins. Look through every single penny. Take a magnifying glass, a good lamp, and examine every 1946 penny you find. Look for the red color. Look for the double die effect. Look for any anomalies in the design. Do not assume your coins are just worth face value. You have just been given the knowledge to spot a potential fortune. Share this video with your friends and family. They might have a fortune sitting on their nightstand and not even know it. But wait, before you go, you need to know this. The 1946 wheat penny is just the beginning. As we dive deeper into the Lincoln Cent series, we find even more mysterious and valuable errors. Have you heard of the 1955 double die? A coin so famous you can see the doubling with the naked eye and worth tens of thousands? The secrets of the US Mint are just starting to be revealed. But the coin we are about to cover in our next video is the real holy grail. It's a penny that can be worth over $100,000. You are going to be the one who finds it. Because in the world of coin collecting, knowledge is power, and the next piece of knowledge could be your ticket to $1 million. Don't go anywhere. The next coin is the one you have been waiting for.